Hey guys, welcome to the Damsels in Debate podcast. I'm your host, Tina.
And I'm your co-host, Vanessa.
Yay.
Yay.
So, let's see. We're still going on with our horror movie cues, but we both did watch something non-horror related. So, why don't you go ahead and start it off? What did you watch?
Mine is a total opposite of a horror. It's called To Wong Foo. I think it's the Thanks for the Memories. Whatever.
To Wong Foo. Yeah. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, 1995. That movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
I think you told me about it first, and then Robin mentioned it too. But I'd never heard of this movie. I never knew these actors were in these roles. But
yeah,
what an entertaining movie! Like
yes.
My main thing that I can think of is I cannot look at Blade the same way now. Just because of him playing Noxzema. It's just like
Noxzema Jackson.
Like, praise for those actors for doing that too. You know, for taking on those roles. You know,
and it was back in the day too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Yeah, I love John Leguizamo. Just because I'd only seen him in a couple other movies. Like, I know he did the voice of Sid in Ice Age and stuff. I'd seen him in Moulin Rouge.
Yes.
I know you mentioned another movie that I hadn't seen, and then Rob mentioned one too.
Romeo and Juliet. No, you saw Romeo and Juliet.
No, I did.
Though.
That's right. That was the other movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's in a lot. He's very versatile. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, his character just kept cracking me up like so bad. Like, I put down, like, I'm a Latina Marilyn Monroe. I have more legs than a bucket of chicken.
Yep.
And then especially we kept adding like an ed at the end of each thing, like, I think it's deceased, and like, I think he's prejudiced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I need to get borrow that movie and let my sister watch it because it was very entertaining. It was a cute movie.
Yeah. That's a good one. I really like that movie. Who do you think was the prettiest out of the three of them?
John Leguizamo.
Yeah, I do too.
Like, I was telling Rob, I was like, I think he's the most convincing.
Yeah, because like Patrick Swayze has like those big broad shoulders and stuff. Like, his face is pretty, but yeah. And then Wesley Snipes just looks terrible.
Yeah, that's the order. John Leguizamo, and then Patrick Swayze, and then Wesley Snipes. Like, in order of like convincing me, anyway.
Right, right. I remember when I saw that movie in the movie theater, and I don't know why, but like, I thought that they were going undercover. I thought that they were like cops or something. So when the movie started out, I was like, oh wait. Okay.
It's not white chicks that
right. Yeah. So I mean, it didn't really matter because the movie was great anyway. Yeah. But yeah, I remember thinking like, oh, I was totally misinformed about this movie.
Oh, and I was laughing because I saw Stockard Channing. I was like, hey, it's Rizzo from Grease. And then I don't remember the actress's name. I was like, oh, that's Will's mom on Will and Grace.
Blythe Danner, who is Gwyneth Paltrow's mom in real life.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
If you look at her, you'll be able to tell right away because they have very similar faces. But yeah, she is Will's mom. Did you know Will and Grace, I guess very recently, they've celebrated their 15th anniversary or something like that. It's been 15 years
since they did their last season?
No, I don't know if it's the last. I can't remember. Something about 15 years. I saw it on Facebook. So I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I have all the seasons of Will and Grace. I love Will and Grace.
It is a good show. Not gonna lie. So that's good. I'm glad you like that movie.
Yeah, cute movie.
That's a good one. And the soundtrack is really funny for that. I think there's like a lot of Tom Jones and Cyndi Lauper and stuff. Good. Well, my movie was completely different than that one. I saw this movie called The Iceman, which I don't know if you know anything about it.
I heard about it, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to come out a while ago, but like for whatever reason it didn't, but whatever. So it's out to rent now, and it's on demand. But it's the story of this guy, Richard Kuklinski, who supposedly killed lots of people for the mob and stuff like that. So, whatever, it sounded okay, but I really wanted to see it because of all the actors that were in it, like Winona Ryder, Michael Shannon, Ray Liotta, Chris Evans. There's a whole bunch of people in the movie. Yeah. And so that's that. And then, oh boy, messing up my words here. All those actors combined with the storyline made me want to see the movie. And so, I watched that this week, and it was okay. I didn't love it though. It felt kind of choppy and rushed. I didn't. With a movie like that, it seems like you'd want to like feel for the character, like even though he's a killer and stuff, but like you kind of want to feel for him or his family and stuff. And I never got there with the whole movie. So, and it jumped a lot too. Like I guess they had to cover a lot of time in the movie, but it just felt kind of jumpy. Like it jumped over stuff that maybe I should have seen. And so it felt a little rushed too, but it was 105 minutes, so it wasn't like a super short movie or anything. But yeah, I don't know. It was, the actors all did a really good job in it, but I guess just the storyline and the pacing and the editing are what kind of killed it for me. Because like Michael Shannon, he's the one who plays the main character, and he did a really good job. I mean, he's really good in everything he's in, but he did really good in it. Winona Ryder plays his wife. She's good. Chris Evans plays kind of like an accomplice of his, and he's really good. He's totally not like Captain America or anything in the movie at all. And then David Schwimmer is in the movie too, actually, and he's got a ponytail.
Oh my goodness!
But he was good too. He wasn't, I didn't see any Ross Geller really going on there, so he did pretty well. Ray Liotta played a mobster, so it's not a big stretch for him.
I was going to say David Schwimmer. Like I can never see him in a movie and not think of him as Ross.
Yeah.
I saw that 6 Days, 7 Nights, and his character was very similar to the Ross character. So like it's Ross. It's just he's in a movie.
And I think that was like at the height of Friends' popularity too. Yeah. So that he's a hard one. But he was okay in this movie. I wasn't waiting for him to make like some stupid joke or talk about dinosaurs or something. And who else was in this? James Franco shows up for like one scene, and I was like, why is James Franco in this movie? Because he gets killed, and he's just in this one scene. So that was weird. But yeah, I don't know. It was okay. And then I went online to kind of research this guy a little bit, and it sounds like there's like he died in prison like a couple years ago, and he claims to have killed all these people, but like the story doesn't add up. His stories don't add up like with facts and stuff like that. So it got me kind of interested. HBO did a documentary on this guy, so it got me kind of interested in seeing that, because that's supposedly more truthful and covers more stuff. So I might check that out at some point if I can find it. Yeah. But yeah, it was okay. I'm glad I didn't go to the movies to see it or really pay a whole lot of money for it. But the actors were really good.
Okay.
Oh, it was all right.
Actors are good. The movie itself, meh.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like The Place Beyond the Pines. Like, all the actors were great, but the storyline was a little weird. But anyway, so those are our two regular movies. So moving into our horror section. Let's see. What? Actually, you can go first because I think you watched more than I did. What was your first movie?
First one was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, that's what you said
original.
Last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what did you think?
I got a little spooked in some parts. Again, it was because it's an older movie, and Rob was saying that he was kind of meant to be a funny character. Freddy Krueger
like
was,
a dark humor.
He told me I should see the remake. That it's a lot scarier.
I did like the remake, which oh man, let me think here. Have you seen Watchmen? I don't remember. Okay, and then have you seen Little Children?
No.
Okay, damn. I can't think of any other movies right off the top of my head, but there's this actor. I think his name is Jackie Earle Haley, and he plays Freddy Krueger in the new movie. And he's, not to be mean, but he's super creepy looking, just normally. Like, he scares the crap out of me. And he's a good actor. He's great at playing these kinds of roles. And I remember reading that he was playing Freddy Krueger in the remake. And I was like, oh, shit, that's perfect. Because he's
cast.
So scary. Yeah. I actually saw that movie at the drive-in theater. There are drive-in theaters still,
they have one on Hillsborough.
Yeah. And I got eaten alive by mosquitoes. But anyway, I would say watch that one. Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, the original, like, I was just laughing at Johnny Depp. And what a lousy boyfriend he was.
Yeah. Not the best.
I definitely saw what you meant, because you mentioned last week about you listening to the soundtrack. You go, Tina. Like, so, of course, that was making me laugh, too. He's like, Tina.
Yeah.
Who's there?
Yeah, she's an idiot.
Like, I don't know if it's just because I've been watching so many horror movies lately, but like I said, I jumped at a couple parts, but other than that, I was kind of just laughing at it because at the very end when she set up all these booby traps for him, like it reminded me of Home Alone, and that was just making me laugh. I was like, oh god, and like the thing hits him in the face.
Oh man, I haven't seen that in a while. I don't really totally remember that, but that's funny. Home Alone.
There was one thing that I was thoroughly confused about because the mom says how she knows who Freddy Krueger is, and she said like, oh, years ago, like I don't think they say how many years ago, but Freddy Krueger killed like 20 children or something like that, and she said the angry parents went and like set him on fire, blah blah blah.
Right.
And so to get even, he says that he kills the children of the parents. I'm like, wait, he already did that. He killed the children. The parents were mad. He's getting even with those parents.
Yeah.
Like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I don't remember how many years.
Like, unless they had kids again, they had more kids, and now he's killing the other children. Like, it didn't make sense. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember what the time span is.
Unless it's the grandkids or something like that. But even then, like, okay, those children are dead, and so the parents took retaliation and killed him, and now to get revenge on them, it says he kills their children. Like, but he already killed their children. Right.
Well, I mean, it's. Yeah, because I don't remember how many. I can't really comment because I don't remember exactly. So
if you guys are listening to this and you can, please explain to me, like, put it on Facebook or whatever. Like, let me know, because that really confused me. But other than that, like, I was entertained by the movie. It was a really cool concept about being killed in your sleep and be scared to fall asleep.
Yeah, because you have to sleep. Wasn't Johnny Depp's death like? Oh my
crazy?
God, he got pulled into his bed.
Yes, and then like the blood flying through the ceiling and stuff.
I was like, oh, that's horrifying. Your bed is like your safe place.
And then the bathtub, like where you're most vulnerable. Yeah. And he like his hand comes up, like I posted a picture of it. His hand like came up between her legs because she like falls in. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, with those claws.
Yeah.
Cool. So you enjoyed it. It was all right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I would agree. Check out the remake. Man, I've heard all these horrible stories about all the other movies, so I think you're good with those. I wouldn't suggest watching any of them. I haven't seen any of them. I've seen like bits and pieces, but whatever. So good. The movie that I watched this week, I had a couple that I was going to choose from, but the one I ended up going with was Near Dark, which is a vampire movie.
Okay.
Which I went on IMDb earlier to double check something, and I read in the trivia section that this movie, it's about vampires and stuff, but the word vampire is never actually mentioned in the movie at all. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So this came out in 1987, which I want to say is the same year that Lost Boys came out, but I'm not 100% sure. I know it was very close in time. So, and they're kind of similar because it deals with like this young guy and then some vampires in town, and then he gets turned and what happens and all that kind of stuff. So have you ever seen Lost Boys?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
Okay, good.
Yes, I've seen a movie that you mentioned.
Good. So I'm like, this is not going to go anywhere.
That movie scared me as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I love that movie. But now I wonder if I had seen this movie, Near Dark, the same time, like which one I would choose. Because I can't choose now because the other one has more sentimental value. So I wonder which one I would have gone with if I had seen this when I was younger. I don't know how I've never seen this movie before. It's got all these actors in it that I really like, which I think I was saying that last week too. So I don't know. But whatever. Anyway, I really like the movie. I actually own it now. And so it's very similar to The Lost Boys, but it's different enough, I'd say. The only thing I didn't love in the movie was they do kind of like a cure for being a vampire with it has to do with like a blood transfusion. I thought that was a little weak, but other than, I liked everything else in the movie, so I thought that was I'll forgive that. Whatever, it's not that big a deal. But what else? Let's see. What's his name? Bill Paxton is in it, and he's hilarious. He's like his usual self in it with that goofy voice he has. Yeah. The lead character is played by Adrian Pastar, who he's so young in this movie, and he's so cute, and he, I know he grows up to be gorgeous, but it's funny to see him so young and naive.
What else is he in? Because I don't recognize that name.
He hasn't been in a whole lot. The only thing that I've seen him in was there was a mini series I watched last year called Political Animals that he played the president, I think. Oh. And then he was in Heroes. He was one of the leads on Heroes. But if you didn't watch that, nope. So yeah, whatever. Just trust me, he's a very good-looking gentleman. I think he's married to the lead singer. Do you remember the Dixie Chicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's married to the lead singer of that group.
Okay.
Are they still around?
No, something like they did something very political that people like America got mad at them or something.
I remember that, but yeah, I don't remember if they like ever actually put on another album.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. They kind of lost their fan base after that.
Well, yeah, it's country music, so yeah, that makes sense. Oh wow, but anyway, and there's it kind of reminded me of Interview with a Vampire because there's one of the vampires in the group whose name is Homer. I can't ever take that name seriously. But anyway, he's like, I don't know, he looks like a 12-year-old kid or whatever, but he's actually like an adult, you know. I think he might be older than everybody else or something. That reminded me of Interview with a Vampire. What's her name? Claudia, yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of funny.
What a great movie that is.
I love that movie. But yeah, so this movie was good. The one other thing I would want to mention is the woman, the girl that the lead character falls in love with, and you know all this stuff happens because of him falling in love with her. Oh, super bland. She was so whiny and boring.
Kind of like Twilight, right? Well, like, I don't get it.
Not as bad as Twilight, but
like, why does he love her? Or whatever.
Yeah, it's like I don't see the draw here at all. But whatever, that's the movie. And this was directed by Catherine Bigelow, who I don't think she was actually married to James Cameron. Or maybe she was, I'm not sure. But anyway, they were like together. Mm-hmm. So I just find that interesting because, you know, she's like a big time director and stuff now. So yeah, I really enjoyed it though. Yeah. And cool. I really wish I had seen it when I was younger so I could make the comparison better.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
But yeah, that's life in the big city.
Hop in the DeLorean.
Yeah. I have my flux capacitor, as you can see right here. So, all right, moving on. What was your other horror movie?
Jeepers Creepers.
Where'd you get those peepers?
Oh yeah. Oh goodness. This movie pissed me off to no end.
I love this movie.
I like, don't get me wrong, I like the movie. Like, it was an interesting idea, just like Nightmare on Elm Street, but I did not pity these characters at all because of how stupid they were.
Yes,
you
they had some poor judgment, yeah.
We were saying last week how we'd love to see a horror movie where they're smart and they make smart decisions. And then I see this movie and like, see, exactly.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, you know, how would you feel if it were you in that tunnel? Like, oh, okay, fine, we'll go back and we'll look. Like, go to the next town and contact the police.
Exactly. Because what are you going to do in your shabby old car?
Yeah.
Like, just the two of you.
Yeah. And no what if you find somebody, you're going to pull them out and then flee? Yeah. Oh my God, so stupid. And, okay, hold me by my feet. But I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well.
Yeah. Oh my God, wait. The one scene, because you're talking about that part there, but the one part where they're driving past and they see him throwing the bodies and then he turns and stares at them. Yes. Oh my God, that part was so creepy.
Yeah, it had some creepy parts. And I actually wrote down how, like, it was scary how, like, they look in their review mirror and they see the shadow on the cop car or whatever, like, land, or, well, they didn't see, I think the audience saw. Yeah. Like how he landed on the cop car and stuff. And that was scary, but I feel that they should have kept him hidden until the very end because they showed his face and stuff, which he's creepy, but like, oh man, now it's kind of like, okay, now you know what he looks like. And,
that's true, yeah.
And he actually, what was funny is he reminded me of on Dracula with Gary Oldman when after he feeds Winona Ryder and then he like, I don't know, he like changes and he becomes this creature. It looked just like him. Because when they showed on Jeepers Creepers when he was in the prison and he was feeding on the one guy and he had like the wings and he was like, he looks just like Dracula. Like I'll pull later on I'll pull up a side by side comparison. I was like, oh, it's Bram, you know, yeah. So that in itself, it didn't scare me as much now that I'd seen him. So it should have kept him like in shadow because that kind of spooked me more.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that for sure.
And then again, like I make myself laugh and it kind of ruins the scariness of the movie for me. But I definitely knew that somebody was losing their eyes, you know, because where'd you get those peepers? And he takes what he needs, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, he's probably going to steal somebody's eyes.
Right.
But they were saying how what's her name? The psychic wrote, she said like, oh, he's going to be in a dark room screaming.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking like, okay, he's going to steal his eyes and he's going to be walking around screaming like he took my eyes, just like from the Mummy, like he took my eyes. So I started laughing thinking of that, but then like no, they just showed like these huge, like you could see the guy through the holes. Yeah. And I was like, oh geez. And that looked like a poster or something. Like that wasn't very convincing.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. So, but no, I thought it was a good movie, and I kind of wish I'd seen it when it first came out. I probably would have been more like scared seeing it with everybody else, but
yeah. I saw that in the theater with my brother, and we really enjoyed it. I remember, not really anything, but I remember I watched it once on like Sci-Fi Channel or something like that on TV where it was edited. And at the very end, when you're seeing the place where he's at, where he takes the kid's eyes, you hear the kid screaming.
Yeah.
They took the screaming out, but they kept everything else. I'm like, that's weird editing. Like, I couldn't figure out why they, like, is it the screaming is so, like, is it that horrible that you have to take it out? He wasn't cursing or anything.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. So I remember seeing, because I've seen it enough where I remember stuff from the movie, and I'm like, the kid's not screaming. Why is he not screaming?
Edit that out? Yeah.
I don't know.
That's like essential for that, because she said like, oh, he's gonna be screaming in the dark,
right?
Yeah.
And he's in lots of pain.
Yeah.
And then they kind of made it for most of the movie like he was gonna the girl, like he picked the girl because she's just like better at a lot of stuff.
Like, take me, like nope.
I'm like, nah, no thanks. So I like that movie. There is a sequel also, which I didn't hate. It was okay. I prefer the first one for sure, but the sequel, it's all right.
Yeah, I like the idea that he was like a devil or a demon or something like that. Like I like supernatural stuff like that, and it's kind of like unexplained. Like okay, he feeds for 28 days or whatever the lady said every 28 years. So that
it was nice and vague. It was enough to give you ideas, and they kind of go a little bit with that kind of thing. Like in the second movie, they're like, okay, if we can wait this out, that kind of stuff. And he wakes up every 20 years or whatever it was too. But yeah, I like that it's not, oh, well, he's from hell. And then, this is this. It's, you get just enough to explain enough. Yeah. And then you're good to go. I like that. Cause when I think I was saying this the other day, but when they over explain stuff, that's where it loses its cool factor.
Yeah. You were saying that about Insidious too.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, I agree. Still.
Oh, yeah. I was still entertained. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it seems like I'm ripping apart every movie that I see, like this horror movie that I see. But no, I thought it was a good movie. It was an interesting concept. It's just some parts kind of made me laugh, and other parts like, no, they could have like kept them in shadow. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for most movies, because that's like I hate when you see a trailer for something and they show whatever the monster is.
Yeah.
Like I remember they had when they had the first trailers for Clash of the Titans, the remake, they showed the Kraken in the commercials, and I'm like, why? Probably should have saved that.
You think?
Yeah, that's like a big payoff. And they kind of did the same thing with Independence Day. I remember you didn't really get a good look at it till they were already at, Area 51 and it was on the surgery table or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like when they do that, but whatever. All right, so those are the only horror movies we checked out this week. Did you have a pick for next week?
I was probably going to do Orphan, because you recommended that, and then possibly the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, since you were saying I should see that. Do you own that?
I don't know.
Okay. I could probably rent it somewhere.
Yeah, they might have it at Redbox now that it's getting closer to Halloween, so you can check there too. But Orphan I do have, so you can borrow that. And yeah, I actually just watched Orphan last night. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it before, but I rewatched it last night. I love that movie. It's interesting.
Am I going to hate it, kind of like how you love Drag Me to Hell and I didn't like Drag Me to Hell?
Honestly, I mean, I don't think you're going to love it. Okay. I'll just say that right off the bat, but... I mean, there haven't really been any of these horror movies.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna love any horror movie.
Yeah,
I mean, I love like ghost movies. Like I love What Lies Beneath, and stuff like that. The Fourth Kind, I actually love that movie too. That movie scared me. Yeah, so just depends.
Yeah, I mean, you'll think it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
But I love the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home right now and watch it.
I know that's a real good endorsement. But for all you horror fans, I really like this movie. I think it's different and it's well acted. So, the girl, can't talk. The girl who plays the orphan in the movie, she was actually in the Hunger Games. She was Clove in the first movie. And I remember when the movie was first getting casted and stuff, and I looked up who was playing that character because I'd read the book, and I saw that it was her. I was like, oh shit, because she's so creepy and she's going to be perfect in the movie. And she was good, in Hunger Games. So, little tidbit there.
Yeah.
I'm actually having a little difficulty picking my movie for next week. The only reason why is because I don't know how much time I'm going to have. Because I've been able to watch 1 or 2 movies each week lately. But if all goes according to plan, I'm going to see 2 or 3 movies this week. So that's going to eat up a lot of time. So I don't know. But I'm definitely going to squeeze in a horror movie there. I'm just not sure which one. But when I figure it out, I'll put a post on Facebook or Twitter and all that jazz. So you'll know ahead of time.
And all that jazz.
Oh, I hate that song so much. Like,
I'm one of those people, if you say a phrase that's in a song, I'm going to sing the song.
Oh, I will remember now to never say that in front of you.
And I'll remember.
Oh, God. All right, moving on. Movie news. Not a whole lot happened this week. The only thing I saw that was of any relevance was that Jerry Bruckheimer and Disney aren't going to be doing movies together anymore. But, that'll let him make more adult movies, so that's good. And Disney, because they buy up everything now, because now they own Marvel and Star Wars and Pixar. So, I don't really like Disney. Like, I love the old animated movies, and I used to love going to the theme parks, but I don't like Disney anymore at all. But whatever. What did you have any news?
I did, I forgot to mention that you made me watch Quackbusters too. That's just a little side note there. Yeah, and that was quite entertaining. Like, because I'd seen Looney Bugs Bunny movie, but I hadn't seen Quackbusters. So.
Oh, and it's kind of fitting because it's the scary or the horror cartoons.
So that kind of counts as the horror.
I didn't even think of that till just now.
I just thought of just Scared Sylvester and that Porky Pig one, and they go whatever.
Oh,
Sylvester's off just like a little scaredy cat.
So I love those cartoons, and so I'm glad you finally saw that. Big on.
But the other thing I had is I was looking up Tom Hiddleston again, looking for my tidbit of the week. But he was recently in I think like 2012, so it's still fairly recent. But a 4-episode miniseries on BBC called The Hollow Crown, which is based on like Shakespeare's The Henriette or something like that. It's like Henry, like 4 different kings or something like that. Shakespeare, but it has like Tom Hiddleston, has Patrick Stewart and Jeremy Irons. And it's on DVD now, I think. So I need to go see if I can find it and check it out because those are all really great actors.
Yeah. What you could also do is check on the TV, see if it's on like the on-demand thing for BBC America. It might be on there. I don't know. But yeah, check that out. What's it called again? The Crown?
The Hollow Crown.
Oh, the Hollow Crown. Okay.
I think you're close.
Yeah, I got a crown in there somewhere. So yeah. Oh, that sounds interesting. So does he play one of the kings?
I think it said he played a prince or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, Patrick Stewart and Jeremy Irons as kings.
Yeah. Some good voice acting there.
Oh, and speaking of voice acting, one day I was, because after we saw Quackbusters, I was interested in Mel Blanc. And because he did all the voices and stuff. So they had a documentary on YouTube, actually. It was like an hour-long documentary about Mel Blanc, which was actually really good.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of it?
The Man of 1,000 Voices.
Okay.
Mel Blanc.
And it's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Mm-hmm. But I just remember one part because he was in a car accident that he survived, but it was in the 50s, so they weren't like... really good with the hospital stuff, so he took a long time to recover, and he was like unconscious, and they were trying to get him to kind of wake up and respond. And so this doctor, I guess, like went over and was like, and realized, it's Mel Blanc, so he's like, hey, Bugs, can you hear me? And you hear, what's up, doc? Like he started answering, and he and afterwards he's like, I don't remember doing that. Like he didn't.
Wow.
Yeah. So it gave me chills when I was watching it. So anyway, that really stands out. But check it out. It was really interesting and it has like they're showing him in the studio doing the voices, him in the later years, like so some cool footage.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah. Well,
so yeah, that sounds interesting. It's only an hour. That's easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's it. That's what I got.
Okay. Well, TV wise, man, it's funny because it's September now, so all the shows either this past week or this upcoming week, pretty much everything is starting up again, and but a lot of shows I watch are coming to an end also. Yeah. Dexter is ending tomorrow. It's the last episode tomorrow. Oh my God, I can't deal with it. I'm so upset. And somebody got shot in the last episode in the stomach, so that's a little scary. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. It's like the second lead of the show.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I have no idea how it's going to end. Oh God, I can't.
It's like Breaking Bad, right?
Well, yeah, but Dexter, I've loved Dexter since it first started. So, and I think that started coming on in like 2006 maybe. So it's been on a while. But yeah, it's ending. Tomorrow.
Is it this season that's ending, or the
no
whole series is
series? Yeah,
ending?
the series finale is tomorrow night.
Like no more Dexter.
Yeah, the end of an era. Ugh, I love. I mean, it's not as good as it used to be, but it's still entertaining, and it used to be my favorite show. So, yeah, but no more. And then, Breaking Bad, I think, has 2 more episodes. So it's this coming week and then the week after. Mm-hmm. And, this last episode, man, I was stressed watching that. Hank died. They shot him in the head. I figured he was probably going to die. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it was terrible. And then Walt went like super psycho, and his family and his son found out. Oh my God, it was so sad when his son found out, because his son is so adorable.
Yeah.
Like he's so cute. And he found out, and he was all upset and stuff. And then him and his wife were like actually like fighting, like hand to hand fighting.
Really?
Yeah. And I think she had a knife, and then he was trying to get it away from her. And I'm like, oh my God, is somebody going to get stabbed?
I remember walking at the tail end of that, like at the very end, when he was on the phone with her, and I'm like getting chills just thinking about it. He's like, "How dare you tell my son?" Blah, blah, and like just how and he was like crying too. So it's just great. Look at the chills here. It's just great acting, man. And I haven't watched the other seasons, but already I'm like, oh my God, this is good.
Yeah, because he took the baby, because they had their daughter Holly, and. When he left the house, he took the baby, and she ran out after him, but he drove away and stuff. So then that's when they had the police come to the house, and then he called her and everything, and he had the baby then. And then he left the baby at like the fire
truck,
the fire department. So yeah, it was really tense. I'm like, oh boy. I think what I'm gonna have to do, because that comes on a little late, but not this week. This week I'll still record it, but the finale, I think I'm gonna have to just stay up and watch that, because like even now, Sunday nights I don't go on Facebook or IMDb or Twitter, because that everybody watches that show, and I really don't want to get spoiled. But yeah, that was tense. I don't know. But yeah, 2 more of that, and then that's all over with. Sons is still going strong, though. Right. There's still a couple more seasons for that, or at least 1, I guess. This week, the episode was a little bit slower, but still, like, some serious shit went down. So.
Anything that parents are still going to be mad about or whatever?
Oh, no. I mean, it's just the usual. I mean, like, some people died, but it's the norm, I guess. There weren't any children really involved. But yeah, oh, God, I love that show. And let's see it's all dramas now that I'm looking at my little list here. Well, the Mindy Project started, and I watched that. James Franco is guest starring for a little while, so he's pretty funny on there. I love that show. I think she's hilarious. And let's see. I have 2 more episodes left of Homeland season 2, because that starts, I think, next Sunday. So I'm going to try to finish those up before it starts again. That's a pretty good show, too. I'm not as super psyched about it as everybody else seems to be. I do like it. It's a very good show, but it's... Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. Let me see what else. That's all that I watch. I know Parks and Recreation is starting this week. And also, I'm pretty sure that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show is starting this week, too.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure we record that if we don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like there's something else, but I can't. Oh, I think Modern Family starts this week too. I love Modern Family.
All the fall shows.
yeah. It's September. September and October. I think everything starts.
And football. That's the one thing that we debate, like quote unquote, debate about, is that I love football and Tina doesn't care anything.
Yeah, but that's not really a scripted program.
Yeah,
so
it's still like dramatic and stuff. I like it when they get into fights and then it's just all the testosterone.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not into
totally
sports.
different. Yeah, 'cause it's a sport. Yeah, but I still like to mention it. Like, yay, football.
Yeah, and then Walking Dead starts in October, and I think something else starts in October, but I can't remember.
Walking Dead is, I know we keep mentioning this, but they're in season 4 or season 5? Because I'm trying to figure out how much I need to catch up. Okay, so I just have a season and a half, basically.
Yes.
So I've been meaning to watch it. I keep saying, like, yeah, I'm going to watch Walking Dead, and I just don't get around to it, so I need to catch up.
Yeah, it's hard, man. And yeah, all these shows, I have to record them. Like, thank God for DVRs, because I watch them, I can just fast forward them with the commercials and all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, oh, there's a free preview of some movie channels on demand right now. So I started, I don't know why, but I started watching That's My Boy, that Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and I started to fall asleep, so I didn't see the end of it, but I might continue it, but I don't know.
Didn't we see that in theaters? Because I saw it on a free screening.
I think I gave you the tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't see that.
It was entertaining.
Yeah. It's it's an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why I picked that out of all the movies that are on demand.
I've been meaning to watch. I want to watch The Waterboy again because every now and then, like, stop making fun of me.
If you had to pick, what would be your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Oh, geez. I guess the one that stands out the most that I always enjoy watching is Happy Gilmore.
Oh, okay.
But I'm trying to remember all the movies he's in. Like, I like the movie Click, but again, that's not one I can watch,
I only saw that once.
Like, but Happy Gilmore, if it's on, like, I'll watch that.
See, now I'm the same way with Billy Madison. I know those came out very close together, and I love Happy Gilmore, but I lean a little bit more towards Billy Madison.
They're both really good.
But yeah, they're very quotable.
Yeah. And I've seen, like, Big Daddy. That was okay. It was funny, but it's not, like, my favorite.
Oh, I like Big Daddy. Yeah. And 51st Dates is cute.
Oh,
and
yeah,
of course,
I forgot
The
about that
Wedding
one.
Singer is
yeah,
really cute,
and The Wedding Singer. Oh, man, that's hard to choose.
Have you seen any of his more serious movies?
Trying to think.
Like,
I mean, Click was kind of a half serious, half comedy.
Yeah, I think they marketed that wrong because you're expecting to see a full-blown comedy, and then
I cried at that movie.
Yeah, dramatic. There was another one called Punch Drunk Love where I didn't see it. It's something like a love story, I guess. And then there was the other one I saw with Don Cheadle that was September 11th. I can't remember the name of it, though. I don't know. I saw it, and I didn't really like the movie. So I think he should stick to comedy. Did you see Funny People?
No, I didn't.
I didn't really like that movie. I saw it, but you think it'd be hilarious, and it's not. It's more of a dramatic movie. But yeah, I didn't really like it all that much. So I don't think you have to go rushing out to see that one. Did you see the Hanukkah? Was it 8 Crazy Nights? Is that what it's called? It's the animated one.
Oh, no.
No, I haven't seen that either. There's a lot of Adam Sandler movies we haven't seen, apparently.
I've seen all his, like, really the big hits back in the, years ago.
Yeah, the, like, mid-90s.
I don't know if it was 90s. Yeah, I was trying to think 90s or the 2000s.
Oh, yeah, I guess he did have movies coming out in the 2000s, too. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But, anyway, you can watch that right now for free. It's, I don't know if it's like a weekend thing or whatever. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of movies on there. Of course, though, Showtime isn't part of the free weekend because I'm like, I can watch Homeland on the TV instead of on my Kindle, but no. So anyway, let's see. Any big movies coming out this weekend? Not that I know of.
I was just thinking about Thor 2 like the other day and how like I was just getting like really excited about it.
It'll be here in a minute.
Yeah.
It's what, in the beginning of November, right? And we're already like at the end of September now.
Yeah.
Where the hell did the month go? I don't know.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I guess. But it's like, because then it'll be Halloween, and then right after Halloween is Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, my birthday. It's like,
I just had an idea. Like, what if we posted because we were trying to figure out costume ideas for Halloween. Like, we should like post our ideas and let people like vote or say like, what they think would be cute. Yeah, because we have like I think 5 different ideas.
Yeah. If you guys want to help us out a little bit, we've got some duo costumes because like you've got 1 or 2 that you're gonna wear that are your own, and then I have one that I want to wear excuse me, that's my own. But yeah, what were some of the ones that we had?
Oh, the one that stays top of my head is Karen and Rosario from Will and Grace.
Yeah.
And then you suggested, because we just watched Moonwalker, Michael Jackson and Frankie Ladeo.
That's so
Frankie Ladeo. And put the braid up and stuff.
For those ugly glasses.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Like,
female
Kirk
version.
And,
Yeah,
Kirk and Spock.
Yeah. Kirk and, I almost said that wrong. Kirk and Spock. I can't remember any of the other ones. Daphne and Velma.
Yes,
from Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, so. And I know there's more. I just can't think of them.
Mm-hmm. I wrote them down somewhere.
Okay, good. Yeah, because it's, you say stuff and then whoop, goes right out of your head.
I love that they did Karen and Rosario because, just carry around a martini glass or something.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, what's going on here? I don't know.
Yeah, and I would just wear my members only jacket with like a maid's outfit underneath.
Because I can just hear you, like, I mean, we didn't really say who be who, but I can see you as Rosario, just like, okay, okay, mommy, I'm like, whatever, just the voice she does.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I mean, also you have longer hair and stuff, so you'd fit. Not personality-wise, but looks-wise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I could act.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point of Halloween. I love dressing up. But that's still a ways away.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll put that on Facebook, so and our website, so you guys can come up with some more, maybe. Mm-hmm. Help us out a little. So I think that's pretty much everything, right? Yep. It was a pretty tight episode this week. All right, so you've got your movie for next week. Mm-hmm. I am not sure of mine, but I will let you guys know. Hopefully this week I'm going to see Baggage Claim, which, are you going to see that with me? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so hopefully this week we'll see Baggage Claim, which I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope for that movie, but whatever.
It's just a comedy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But I like Paula Patton. But anyway, and then also Monday I might be going to see Rush, which I don't know about that movie. I know Chris Hemsworth is nude in it. So, really? Yeah. And then also Thursday, I'm not sure, but I really hope I can go see Don John because I heard that was really cute and funny. And I really like what's his name and what's her name. Wow, hold on. What the hell are their names?
Wow, yeah.
Scarlett Johansson and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, whatever. Yeah, he wrote and directed the movie too, so that's really cute. Yeah. I think he's so adorable, and he's grown up. He's like a child actor, and now he's a successful adult actor, and now he's writing and directing. So, but I heard the movie's good, so hopefully I'll see those and one horror movie. So that's pretty much it, right? Mm-hmm. Everything, yeah. Yep. Okay. If you guys want to contact us about anything that we talked about, especially our Halloween costumes, you can email us at damselsindebate@gmail.com. Or you can post a comment on our website where you can also just stream our episodes. And that web address is damselsindebate.com. And you can also find us on Twitter and Facebook. Just look for Damsels in Debate. And we are also on iTunes. You can subscribe to us there. That way you always get the new episodes. You can also rate us and give us comments and reviews on iTunes. And also on Stitcher, which if you have an Android phone, works wonders. And I mean, you can use it on your Apple phone too for iPhone.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. those Either things. Or. We are on both. Yes. And that's it, right? All right. Till next week.
Yeah, bye. See ya.